Good afternoon. I'm Leo Lowe, Dean of the College of University Libraries and Learning Sciences. It is my privilege to welcome all of you to the 2022 virtual convocation for the Organization, Information and Learning Sciences program. I am so pleased to be here on this wonderful occasion as we all come together to recognize the academic achievements of this year's graduating class. OIL students are exceptional. They are creative, curious, and bring much enthusiasm to the program. Their passion for learning is unmistakable, and they are the reason that OILS is so dynamic and successful. Today, we celebrate OIL students receiving their bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees. Your dedication and your desire to succeed has led to this moment. This is a life-changing accomplishment and certainly one that's well-deserved. We are very proud of your achievements and are thrilled to join you in celebrating your success. Today is a special occasion not only for the students, but for the family and friends who have supported our graduates and been with them on their journey. Each one of our graduates have someone special who stood by them and was always there to listen and offer advice, someone who was a source of inspiration. That support is invaluable and makes such a difference. So thank you. The OILS faculty also join you in this celebration. We are fortunate to have a faculty who are committed to our students and the OILS program. Thank you, faculty, for your dedication, your expertise, your life experience, and especially your time as you guided our students through their programs. You have been excellent mentors. In addition to our faculty, we have a wonderful group of staff. These individuals support the OILS program daily, and they help organize today's convocation. A special thanks to Christopher Larnaga, Miguel Cortez, and Sarah Velasquez. Thank you for all that you do. Graduation is a time for celebration and cheer. I hope that all of you will fully embrace this moment and reflect on all that you have done to get here. Take a moment to congratulate yourself and be proud of your achievement. And while this is a celebration of your accomplishment, this is also a new beginning. You now have the opportunity to pursue new interests, set new goals, and take on new challenges. You have the opportunity to inspire others by sharing your time and your insights. And you have the opportunity to make a difference in your community. Never underestimate your ability to do so. Each of you have the knowledge, the skills, and the confidence to make a positive impact, and I'm certain that you will. I encourage you to follow your passion and to be open to the opportunities that come your way. And I hope that your time in OILS will always be a great source of inspiration for you. I would like to once again congratulate our graduates and thank you for giving us the opportunity to share this moment with you. It is now my honor to introduce the OILS Program Director and Associate Professor, Dr. Victor Law.
Thank you, Leo. Thank you, everyone. I would like to go off the script a little bit. This morning, I dragged my feet a little bit like to the commencement. When I got there, I see some of you, and I was so happy that I actually came to Pitt and see you and celebrate with you, as it reminds me why I'm here in OILS, because I want to be part of your journey. And I'm glad that today I'm here to be with you to celebrate this wonderful moment. I want to express my warmest congratulations to all the OILS graduates. We are proud of your achievement. It is not an easy journey, and you did it. Congratulations. When I think about the themes of this year's convocation speech, two words come to my mind: resiliency and hope. We experienced 2 years of COVID. Even though our students are very good at online learning, your work life and personal life were greatly impacted due to COVID. It's not easy for our students to balance work, life, and study. Some of us had young kids who could not go to school. Some of us has elderly parents to take care of. Some of us even contracted COVID ourselves. It's not easy for all of us, but your resiliency propels you to cross the finish line. Congratulations. Yeah. And frankly, I realized I choose a wrong word, finish line. Yeah, in oils, we know that we are in lifelong learning. We never finish, and I'm sure you will not say, "Oh, I don't pick up my book anymore." Yeah, because learning is part of our DNA, and please keep on doing it. And the second theme is hope. When I walk into the Zimmerman Library every day, especially in the last few months, I saw a long line in front of Starbucks. The aroma of coffee reminded me some of goodness of life. The drop in COVID cases as well as hospitalization may give us some hope that we may return to new normal soon. And especially as a professional in instructional design and online learning, I can say that this new normal can be exciting for us, at least professionally. I saw many of our students find online learning jobs like everywhere in New Mexico and outside of New Mexico. I'm confident that all of our graduates can build a better future for New Mexico, the United States, and the world. Go Lobos. Now it's my privilege to introduce our exceptional faculty of the oils program. Dr. Lani Gunawardena, Distinguished Professor.
Congratulations, graduates. I'm so happy to celebrate with you.
Dr. Stephanie Moore, Assistant Professor.
Good afternoon and congratulations, everyone.
Dr. Hedayati, the Assistant Professor, he cannot join us today. Dr. Pio Gang, Associate Professor.
Hey, AGUC, yay, UTT, congratulations.
Dr. Vanessa Spieler, Associate Professor.
Congratulations, everyone. So excited to see you here.
Dr. Alex Tachenko, Assistant Professor.
Congratulations, everyone.
Dr. Carl Benedict, professors who cannot join us today. And Dr. Mark Emmons, professors who also cannot join us today. A friend is with, yes.
Congratulations, everyone. It's truly my honor to be here.
Thank you, Dr. Frank Wilkinson, Professor Emeritus. So it has been a tradition for the OIS program for the faculty to select student speakers to represent their designated degrees and speak on their behalf. Our first speaker is the Bachelor of Science candidate, Mario Garcia. Mario was raised in Espanola, New Mexico, a graduate from McCurdy High School in 1998. He attended UNM in Albuquerque for a year before taking a different path. After living in Minnesota for 4 years, he found his way back to Espanola. He has been in the electrical trade for close to 20 years, earning a journeyman wireman license as a member of IBEW Local 611. After discovering that his years spent in the electrical apprenticeship were transferable to CNM as college credits, he was able to graduate from CNM with an associate degree of science degree with the previous coursework. He had been taking at UNM and a couple other online courses. After receiving his associate degree, he felt the desire to keep on his learning path and go for a bachelor's degree. he has pointed towards the OILS program by a friend and instantly felt at home with the emphasis on adult learning and the coursework that was completely online. This worked perfectly for Mario, who at this point was married, had a full-time job as an electrical superintendent, and 3 younger children. The OILS program and the courses involved work well, with Mario's long-time interest in helping others learn and grow. Mario looks forward to taking the knowledge and skills he acquired during his time in OILS and applying them in his current career working with electricians and to a possible future career in instructional design. He's grateful to his advisor, Christopher Bernaga, and all the instructors and fellow classmates who helped him over his time in the program. He's so grateful to his wife, Jessie Stein, and their children for always supporting him and inspiring him to keep going.
Hey everybody, I want to thank the UNM OILS faculty for asking me to speak with you all today. I'm humbled and I'm honored to be here. To be honest, it feels surreal to be here and finally have completed this portion of my journey. 3rd time's the charm. I graduated from high school in 1998, which if my math is correct, would have been before the average college graduate today was born. So often when we graduate from high school, there's a pressure to immediately go to college and decide who we are and what we're going to do. That's a lot of pressure. Life, as we all know, often has other things in store for us. There are detours, some fun, some not so fun, that can take you off the expected straight road to graduating college and earning that degree. And many of us today are proof that that's okay. So I tried to go to college when I first got out of high school, but it was not the right fit for me. And so I dropped out and I went to work. I fell in love. I moved across the country to Minnesota. There's a lot of snow. I worked in a bookstore. I learned to make coffee drinks. I packed bike parts and shipped them all over the country. I got to learn all about the interesting world of mortgage documents. I went on tour playing drums in a punk band, and I got to visit 45 of the 50 states. I ended up moving back to New Mexico, and I tried going back to school again, but it still was not right. It was better, but it still was not quite right. I went through an electrical apprenticeship and I learned a trade. I made my way through the ranks and I became a supervisor. And I still felt like I was not the best Mario I could be. Then a friend of mine told me about a program he was taking courses in at UNM. It was online only and it was called OILS. OILS? I decided to check out what the funny acronym was all about. 3rd time is the charm. This time it felt right. Reading about the OILS program and who it was designed for felt like I had found an academic home. I could see myself juggling the coursework while working over 40 hours a week and getting to spend time with my wife and 3 kids, and sometimes getting to do that one thing. What's it called? Oh yeah, sleep. Making my way through the coursework in the OILS program, I quickly found out that I was not alone when it came to getting to this point and reaching this achievement in a not so straightforward approach. It was a great comfort to get to know my fellow students over the years and find that common ground. I truly believe that that's one of the things that sets the OIL program apart from other schools and classes I participated in over the years. Everyone that I worked with on projects and spoke to in the discussion boards all had something in common. That we were all driven to succeed. And I found this to be especially true of some of the folks who were returning to school mid-career. They were looking to be the best version of themselves. They wanted more. And the OILS program gave all of us that opportunity. Learning is something that we never stop doing. And if you're a graduate of the OILS program, that means that you've all read or heard that phrase at some point. So what does that mean for us now that we're graduating? Well, now is when the fun begins. We all get to take the knowledge and experience we've received and help others in the world learn. We get to design and create what learning looks like. I think that's amazing. The skill sets we've all developed will never go out of style if someone out there needs to learn how to do their job. Whether it's making a hamburger or designing a supercomputer, we get to facilitate that learning journey from point A to point B. I'm grateful to all the professors and the faculty who've given their time and effort to help me. I know I stumbled along the way. Sometimes it felt like throwing in the towel again. But every time I needed some advice or help, they were there for me, just as I'm sure they've been there for all of you and all of us to get to this point. I want to thank my wife, Jessie, who's always been supportive of the time it took for me to achieve this. I want to thank my kids, Max, Des, Ariadne, for always inspiring me to be the best me I could be. I hope I set a good example for them in what it looks like to persevere when faced with challenges in life. So in closing, I'm so proud of this accomplishment, and I'm proud of all of you for getting here and for getting this achievement. We all worked a great amount, and no one will ever take that away from us. Class of 2022 Oils. Thank you.
Thank you, Mario. For our master program, we have two speakers. The first speaker is Melissa Herrera. Professional, positive, and a good listener. Very pleasant to work with and known for working cooperatively and effectively with her coworkers, both internally and externally. Melissa is a recent graduate from the OILS program at the University of New Mexico, where she is currently employed as an instructional media specialist for UNM Online. She has a strong background in instructional design, training and development, and curriculum and instructions. Currently, Melissa resides in La Cruces, New Mexico, and looks forward to utilizing her skills to provide high-quality solutions and promote active learning and utilize constructivist principles.
Good afternoon, everyone. First off, congratulations to the class of 2022. Your hard work the past few semesters has finally paid off. Over the past 2 years, many organizations, including the media, have used resilience to describe people who have dealt with the events of the COVID-19 pandemic. According to Merriam-Webster, resilience is an ability to recover from or adjust easily to misfortune or change. Now, I'm not here to talk about how resilience got us through the pandemic. However, I am here to congratulate you for being resilient and continuing to pursue your education. Receiving a degree is no easy feat. From the interactions I've had with many of you, I've learned that many of you have full-time jobs, families, and other commitments. It was a change for many of you to dedicate time to reading, meeting with peers to work on group assignments, and writing papers. Some of you may have even sacrificed some family time in certain situations. For many people, the thought of giving up things temporarily may seem irrational or unattainable. Yet, all of you are examples that it is not impossible. In fact, these temporary changes motivated you to work hard and get through each course. Even on the days where the workload felt heavy, you did not give up, but kept pushing harder. That is something to always be proud of. So, whenever you have one of those days, remember that you can do it. You are the epitome of resilience, a role model among your children, family, community, and coworkers. I hope that you can encourage others to be resilient through patience, compassion, and empathy. With that, I leave you with this quote from Eric Grittens. We all have battles to fight, and it's often in those battles that we are most alive. It's on the front lines of our lives that we earn wisdom, create joy, forge friendships, discover happiness, find love, and do purposeful work. Thank you, and I wish you all the best of luck on your journeys.
Thank you. Our next speaker is the Master of Science candidate, Sierra. Sierra was born and raised in San Diego, California. Since graduating high school, education has been a constant focus in her life, and she has served in countless volunteer teaching capacities. Sierra spent years working in healthcare and certified pharmacy technicians, where she trained other technicians before finally taking her knowledge and skills to the classroom. At Carrington College, a career college located in Albuquerque, she had the opportunity to train and guide a new generation of pharmacy technicians for several years before moving in an education leadership role. She now serves as the campus academic dean, training and developing both students and educators. Sierra graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Marriage and Family Studies in BYU, Idaho in April 2020. In January 2021, she began the OIL's Master Program in the Learning Officers concentration. She hopes to continue growing in educational and organizational leadership in order to positively impact the teaching and learning experience for future students and instructors.
Thank you, Dr. Law. Good afternoon, faculty and graduates. I'm honored to have the opportunity to speak on such a momentous occasion. As Dr. Law just described, much of my life thus far has been dedicated to education. Since I was 18 years old, I have been a teacher in some form or other, as a volunteer and as a professional, working with the poverty-stricken and the affluent, from children to elderly students. Education has shaped who I am and much of my worldview. Over the years, I have come to the conclusion that pursuing an education is one of the most hopeful acts that an individual can do. It requires one to recognize where they are in life, acknowledge where they want to be, and then trust that an education will get them there. That decision and the determination that follows it has the power to break down barriers, overcome generational obstacles, and raise one to a height that they could not achieve on their own. So I think it is appropriate today in this graduation, as we take pause to reflect on the work we have accomplished and recognize the professors that have guided us along the way, to consider the educational journey of a student. That journey begins with the decision to go to school or to go back to school. And while that might sound simple, I have found that it rarely is for any student. Graduates, I wish that we were together today in the same room and I could ask you why you started your program in the first place. What was the catalyst that sent you on your journey? I am certain we would find that no two individuals would have the same story to share. Each of us had a different prior journey that brought us to UNM and to the OILS program, with different backgrounds and reasons that prompted us to take those first steps. And isn't that one of the most beautiful aspects of education, bringing together individuals from all walks of life to learn from and with each other? Making the decision to go to school, of course, is only the first step. There are many more steps that have to follow, most of which include long nights and weekends spent getting that big assignment in by the 11:59 p.m. deadline. But every student that embarks on the educational journey knows that it is one of sacrifice and challenges. I have yet to find anyone who is able to get around that. If you're lucky, you have a team of people in your circle that are supporting you and cheering you on. And sometimes it's just you and your own grit and determination to make it through. For myself, I have been blessed with a supportive family, as well as mentors who are both lifelong learners and educators, as well as friends. They were constant sources of encouragement for me through my hard days. And despite the hope, the grit, and the determination, every student has hard days. To all of us here, I hope that we will go on and be a supporter, a motivator, and an advocate for education throughout our lives. As students in the OILS programs, we have dedicated ourselves to the learning sciences, and in many ways to being lifelong learners. In working with so many of you over the last several semesters, I have had the opportunity to see and hear your enthusiasm for helping others learn, as well as your desire to have a positive impact in your workplace, organization, or classroom. So thank you. Thank you for putting in 100% on group assignments. I really appreciate that. Thank you for posting something I could work with on discussion boards. But most importantly, thank you for teaching me and being a part of my educational journey. It's bittersweet to be at the end of a chapter. Yet while this educational journey is coming to a close, there is always the opportunity for another to begin. At a convocation ceremony like this, we naturally focus on those formal educational mile markers like degrees earned. But as lifelong learners, we know that much of our learning takes place in casual, informal life lessons every day. So my hope for each of us is that we never stop being a student, Never stop being fascinated or curious, and never be afraid to pursue an unknown answer. Graduates, wherever your journey takes you to next, I hope you keep on learning. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Sierra. So our last speaker is the doctoral candidate, Christine Albright. Before I introduce her, I want to tell you a story that a few snippet that I remember how I met Christine. So this morning I talked to her, and then we talk about the day I met her in Patsy's office, and Patsy and I encouraged her to go for the PhD, and she decided to go forward. So that's the first memory. And the second one was in the church in Robert's funeral. And then the last one was after, I think it's 3 years ago. I remember when Christy brought in her own birthday cake to the classroom. Mm-hmm. And her smile in the birthday cake makes me believe in her working in psychological capital is definitely the right thing for her. And this started my speech. Yeah. Christy Sorensen Albright wrote her dissertation about the interplay of her psychological capital, which include hope, optimism, resiliencies, and advocacies, and her experience of grief after the death of her husband, Robert, in December 2017. In addition to her PhD organization, Information and Learning Sciences at the University of New Mexico, she has a Master of Theological Studies and a Master of Arts from Jared Evangelical Theological Seminary. A lifelong learner, Christy has worked as a professional musician, worship leader, educator, nonprofit manager, trainer, workshop leader, curriculum writer, online instructor, and public school administrator. She served for 20 years in local churches and seminaries as a Christian education director, worship leader, and administrator. She currently serves as the Constituent Services Specialist for the Board of Education Board Services Office at the Albuquerque Public Schools in Albuquerque, New Mexico. In this capacity, Christy works with elected officials, school district leaders, and the public to facilitate special events, find answers to constituents' requests, and plan and implement community meetings. Christy brings a passion for discovering new ways to learn and think about ideas. Her current intellectual thinkstorm involves wondering how the ideas of psychological capital, stories, and grief can help adults, youth, and children in their everyday lives. Thank you, Christy.
Thank you for this opportunity to speak to you today. I titled my speech, Our Journey Together, because I believe that I have not made this academic journey alone. I started this portion of my academic journey in the fall of 2012, just about 10 years ago. My husband, Robert, was extremely supportive. He helped me to think about the work in my classes. He helped me process thoughts for papers and delighted in telling our friends I was working on my PhD. Sometimes he joked that he was a UNM widower when my coursework would overwhelm our plans. Little did we know that before the journey was complete, I would literally become a widow. Robert died after a long illness in December of 2017. Throughout this journey of academics and life, my professors, friends, and colleagues have been a source of inspiration, a safe place for deep conversations and much needed support. My advisors, Patsy Bovary and Fran Wilkinson, helped to guide my academic journey. Dr. Wilkinson made the midpoint review and the dissertation journey with me. My committee members have included over the progression of my dissertation, Patsy, Fran, Gary Smith, Victor Law, Alicio Torres, and Mark Davidson. This team helped to guide my thinking and processing and the sometimes overwhelming work of researching and writing. My dissertation was a unique look at my own grief journey and the interplay of psychological capital, that is hope, efficacy, resiliency, and optimism. I used the research method of autoethnography, which means I was both the researcher and the one being researched. It was difficult, but I learned a lot about myself along the way. Friends and colleagues, including those at UNM and at my workplace in Albuquerque Public Schools, and new friends like my friend Charlotte, who's with us today, pushed me to be my best, helped me to navigate class projects, and nurtured and nourished me with support. I could not have made this goal of graduation, however, without my family. My sister, Clarissa Sorensen Unruh, who is also in the OILS PhD program, my sister-in-law, Karen, my nephew, Jack, my parents, Ken and Annette Sorensen, and my best friend, Catherine, have been a lifeline, a sounding board, and at times the strength I needed to keep moving forward. Robert's health issues, eventual death, and the significant health issues of other loved ones, including my own health issues, taking full-time classes and working a full-time job have been, to be honest, at times an overwhelming part of the journey. The academics were always interesting and challenging, but the mix of academics and life was almost enough several times to make me rethink continuing. Investing myself fully in a topic that I love while trying to live, work, and sometimes just survive has been both incredibly challenging and filled with incredible blessings. Those blessings have been abundant and have included blessings of learning, of friendship, of growth, of understanding myself better, and of seeing the world differently because of my relationships and my research. You've each had significant life experiences during this journey too. You found friends and family who could help you along the journey, and some who could not. You've found ways to push yourself beyond what you thought you could do. You've tried to balance play, work, school, relationships, and rest. You found that sometimes the journey you envisioned was not at all what transpired, and that sometimes that was a gift in disguise. I'm so thankful for the stories and experiences we've shared, for the classes we've taken together, for the ahas we've had, and the experiences of changes in jobs, in relationships, and in physical ability that we've each lived through together. And I know that there are also some things we experienced in a quiet place, completely on our own. Those moments have been a part of our journey as well. So, what lies ahead? I have absolutely no idea. And that's part of the adventure of the journey too. Each of us has extraordinary abilities to think, to do, to create, to engage. And as I learned from my research, we each have an internal, replenishable reservoir of hope, efficacy, resiliency, and optimism. Those resources and our abilities will help us through the journey ahead. So as I close, I want to encourage you to continue to share yourself with the world as you have done with me. You have influenced my life, and I know you have opportunities to influence more lives in the future. May the journey ahead be one of learning, of joy, of discoveries, and of love. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I will now recognize the graduates of the OILS program, beginning with the doctoral students. Doctoral students, please prepare to be hooded. Christina Christie Albright. Christie is graduating with distinction. She's joined by her family around the globe. She has loved the variety of learning opportunities and the people who became her academic family in Oils. She'll be hooded by Dr. Fran Wilkinson and her sister, Carissa Sorensen Unruh. Alberto Eli Calderon. Eli is from Deming, New Mexico, and was raised in Albuquerque. Oils was essential in fueling his entrepreneurial ventures, and he's grateful to everyone in the department. Eli will be hooded by his sister, Susana Calderon, in place of Dr. Fran Wilkinson, who is unable to be with Eli in person. Audriana Stark. Joining Audriana is her family, friends, and doggies. After graduation, Audriana looks forward to raising her family, continuing her research and teaching, and serving communities in New Mexico and abroad. Audriana will be hooded by her parents, Sylvia and Daniel Stark, in place of Dr. Mark Emmons, who is unable to be with Audriana in person. Sue Wilder. Sue is joined today by her family. After welcoming home her son from his first year away at college and enjoying a family vacation in the Dominican Republic, she will settle back into her new job managing the Global Programs Division of UNM's Global Education Office. Sue is graduating with distinction, and she'll be hooded by her sister, Diane Strong, in place of Dr. Lani Gunawadina, who is unable to be with Sue in person. And now it is my pleasure to introduce our master's students. Sierra Armstrong. Sierra would like to thank each of her exceptional professors who, in addition to imparting the curriculum and course materials, share their passion and love for education. She would like to thank her family for helping her through the hard days. She would also like to thank Justin and Dina. She's grateful to call them both not only colleagues, but mentors and friends. Finally, she would like to thank her grandpa for his faith and assurance in her and for helping her make her educational dreams a reality. Rita Benedict. Rita is originally from Southern California, but has lived in New Mexico since the 1990s. She has enjoyed the program's excellent teaching staff. They can present their special subject matter skilled in the most effective and enlightening manner. After graduating, she plans to continue to work at UNM Hospital and in a couple of years retire and pursue teaching positions in the UK and travel. Erin Coughlin Hostick. Erin is joined by her husband, Alex, and their daughter, Sophia. Erin is so happy and grateful she came across this program and inquired more about it when she did. She has enjoyed the flexibility of this accelerated program and has had an enjoyable and positive experience with her professors. She has also met some great friends along the way. Hey. Dina Duran. Dina is joined by her husband, Kyle, and their two kids, Eleanor and Walter. Dina would like to thank Dr. Chukchenko and Dr. Law for their guidance as her advisor and capstone guide, respectively. After graduation, she plans to celebrate with her family in Disneyland. And Melissa Herrera. Melissa, who is from Las Cruces, New Mexico, is joined by her family. Melissa enjoyed the flexibility in the type of classes she can take. She also enjoyed collaborating with her peers and learning more about how to design effective learning solutions. Since she graduated from the OILS program in December of 2021, she took a position with UNM Online in March. And as an instructional media specialist, her goal is to assist UNM Online with evaluating their accelerated online programs to ensure instructors are utilizing best practices for online teaching and student success. Tithia Hakes, she is receiving her master's degree with a concentration in adult education and professional development. Congratulations. Todd Quinn. Todd, who is from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, is joined by his family in the audience today. Todd enjoyed meeting and working with the faculty and his fellow OIL students. He has also enjoyed the variety of approaches, ideas, and students' backgrounds, which makes the program so valuable. Todd will continue in his current position as a research librarian through incorporating ideas and approaches from this program as he interacts with students and creates learning materials. He would also like to thank the great support from Leah. Amel Richard. Amel is joined by her family today. She's originally from France and is currently living in Albuquerque. Amel plans to continue working with her current group, but is open to possibilities of working in a museum setting. She also plans to take a nice long nap. Yes. And it is now my pleasure to introduce our Bachelor of Science graduates. Catherine Abuhilu. Catherine is graduating summa cum laude. She's joined by her family. She was raised in Albuquerque, but is originally from Las Cruces. Catherine feels that OILS has done a great job preparing her to move on to the next phase of her education and career. Catherine looks forward to attending the OILS Master's program in this July. Mario Garcia. Mario would like to give a million thanks to the great faculty in the OILS department. The patience, grace, and insight they possess and share will stay with him forever as an example of how to help others achieve their learning goals. He would like to thank his family for always believing that he could accomplish this goal. Finally, he would like to thank Taco Bell bean burritos and Baja Blast Zero for fueling those research papers. Congratulations. So congratulations, OILS graduates in class of 2022. You can now move your tassel from your right to left. And this concludes our 2022 OILS virtual convocation ceremony. On behalf of the faculty and staff, congratulations again to all the graduates on your well-deserved success. Now, please do not log off yet. We'd like all of you to stay logged on for a few more minutes to take a virtual group photo. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. So I'm going to go ahead and count us off, and then we can go ahead and take a picture. So 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Thank you so much for attending, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank
Congratulations.
you. Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Everyone. Bye-bye.
Congratulations.
Wonderful program.
It's always good to see you
Thank you
all.
all.
Tina, good to see you all.
You've given me some thoughts about what to do next, so thank you.
Yay.
Thanks, everybody. YBW. Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Now. All right.